Hello and welcome to a new episode on Sadhana World Foundation. As you know, we care about crafting young lives. We present stories and events from our day to day lives and connect them with the teachings embedded in our ancient texts. We believe that our ancient texts have got tremendous amount of teachings which, if we learn and adapt in our lives, we can lead a much better and happier life on this planet. We all have heard of the old adage which says, practice makes a man perfect. So many times we have heard about this right from our school and college days. How many of us are able to really practice it every day? We know the great sportsmen, great singers, great musicians, great artists, all of them focus on practice. Why do they do that? So I did a little bit of research in our Mahabharata. I found a small incident which I believe underlines this point of practice making a man perfect. Once the great teacher Dronacharya was with his students. He was teaching all his students archery, and of course the Pandavas and the Kauravas were all learning. Once he wanted to take a small test. He hung a fish on a tree and asked all his students to queue up and look at that fish hanging from the branch of a tree. He asked each of his students, "What do you see?" Of course, the beautiful environment, many trees, the thick leaves. Some of the students who were smart also spoke about the sound of the breeze and so on. When it came to Arjun, he replied, "I see the eye of the fish." Dronacharya asked Arjun to go ahead and shoot the arrow. And of course, the arrow pierced the eye of the fish. The Arjun was declared the winner of that contest. The other students in the class did not understand why Arjun was allowed to shoot while the others were not. Then Dronacharya explains that for a great archer, one needs to focus. Almost like meditation, one has to focus. And that's what Arjun did, and hence he saw the eye of the fish while the others were distracted with the beauty of the environment, with the sound of the breeze flowing by, and so on. So that tells me that we have enough guidance given to us to focus, to practice the same skill, same art every day. It's not easy. All of us know that. When we sit down to do our work, we know how often we get distracted. So I did a little more research. I figured out that in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there are various ways that Lord Sri Krishna explains all of us to practice. All these ways are optional. So there is a way called Jnana Yoga. That means you learn, you acquire wisdom for your betterment, for your fulfillment. You reflect, you continually learn, you acquire wisdom, you soak in knowledge, you reflect, and keep on doing the same thing again and again every day. Then think of the path Bhakti Yoga, which is the practice of devotion. So again, Sri Krishna explains that if you are following the path of Bhakti Yoga, then you express your devotion in an unwavering fashion, day in and day out, every moment of your life. Then you find the fulfillment that you are seeking. You find the success that you are seeking. Similarly, he talks about another path, which is Karma Yoga. That means you practice, you make it a habit to follow selfless duty. you perform your duty in a selfless manner and you practice the habit of doing your duty in a selfless manner. He speaks about a concept called Abhyasa and Vairagya, which means that you keep on practicing with a sense of detachment. So, this concept of practice making a man or a woman perfect is not only in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita or the Hindu religion, it's there right from the Aristotle's time. He said that we are what we do, and hence excellence is a habit, not an act. Similarly, in Buddhism, they talk about the practice of mindfulness. They talk about the practice of meditation. They say that you have to practice meditation and mindfulness on an ongoing basis, and then you elevate yourself out of all the sorrows and the sadness, the stress and the tribulations that all of us go through. Think of Judaism. There, they can speak about staying the right path. That means doing the right things. They say that even if you fall 7 times, you rise again. When you fall doing the same thing, process is important, outcome is not. That's the point that they are trying to say. So these are a few examples of various ancient texts that we have across various faiths. And in today's time, many of us would have heard of the story of Michael Jordan, who was the iconic basketball player all of us know about. He missed more than 9,000 shots. He missed 26 winning shots. He lost more than 300 games. And he says that I win and I succeed because I have failed so many times. I think he is also talking about the point that practice makes a man or a woman perfect. So keep on doing the same thing again and again. And of course, finally, Thomas Edison said that I know 10,000 ways that an electric bulb doesn't work. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, this is a wonderful and a profound point that all our ancient texts have spoken about. May we find the energy and the focus to stay on the right path all the time. Thanks in advance for spreading these words of wisdom amongst many more people. I look forward to our future conversations. Thank you very much.